Hello there, this is Jack with Angel Home Solution. Wednesday Landlord Lesson Learned. I want to talk about a topic related to how can I avoid probate process. What are the little things that, beside writing a will and asset transfer, what else do we have to worry about, right, to set up a smooth transaction for our inheritance? So part of the lesson learned, it doesn't have to be your own lesson, right? It is sometimes we can learn from other people's experience and step that they went through and pick the best, to follow the right step, avoid the wrong step, right? That is part of the lesson learned. And through helping my client, I learned a little bit about probate, right, and inherit property. Not the expert, of course, but still learning. But just want to share a little bit, beside writing a will, the final will from the inheritance happened to be my client father. So he have that, so that taking care of the will, the probate process. But what else? How can one avoid that process? After all, don't have to pay probate attorney, don't have to pay tax, unnecessary tax, right? Because you're going through probate process. Of course, everyone has to pay real estate transactional tax, excise tax, and whatnot. But a couple of things that you can do is moving the property into LLC, create a trust for the property, of course, assign the property, quit claim that to your inheritance before you pass away. Please consult with your real estate attorney, your CPA accountant for any related legal advice. This is just for reference only, not an advice from whatever form or factor. So consult with the expert. But at least you know what to ask, what to look for. Also it could have tax consequence, also transferring property, and it is state dependent. Anyway, so beside all of that, beside the LLC, creating LLC for the property, transfer property into trust, and also transfer property in advance before the life event change. What else do you need to know to do? In our client case, he happened to in here also personal stuff like laptops, desktop, bank account, right? If you expecting that, it's a good practice to help that trend to have that transfer as well. Maybe writing all those passwords, in your will or in an envelope, and to be open after you pass away if you don't want to expose that ahead of time. Bank nowadays has online access and whatnot. Of course, at the end, after all the transfer and ensure the inherit person, your family is the personal representative for you. They will have all the legal rights to execute on those accounts. But would it be easier? Would it help a little bit on the process to release that, to avoid that extra step, and just archive the information, personal information somewhere, so that your inheritance will just get what he needed, and do the right thing, and not to have to pay extra waste on all the transaction and all the headache. So there you are, some lesson learned that I acquire. Just want to